Okay, we're going to look at Corporate 101, and we're going to look at the two definitions of corporate identity and brand identity and see the differences between the two. So, what is brand identity? So, brand identity refers to the perception of a particular product, service, or idea a company or individual business owner provides. In creating a brand identity, the goal is to distinguish your product, service, or idea from similar products, services, and ideas from other businesses. So, what is corporate identity? We'll get into that here. So, corporate identity is similar to brand identity. However, corporate identity refers to the perception of the entire company, not just one idea, product, or service the company provides. One business may have many different brand identities wrapped up in its overall corporate identity. So, what's in a brand? Both corporate and brand identity consists of the same basic parts. A major part is made up of logos and other images. This is a powerful part of branding because much of the information people gain and remember is visual information. Another section of branding is slogans. Because various factors influence consumer perception, branding also involves items such as pricing, the quality of what the product produces or does, customer service, and data availability. A major difference between corporate identity and brand identity is in the way that they're developed. Companies may assign different marketing agents to each idea, service, or product they want to promote. These agents can work independently of one another. To develop a corporate identity, however, at least one chief executive officer or other member of upper management must oversee the development of all brands. It's the job of this upper management member or CEO to ensure that the marketing agents develop the brands according to the philosophies, vision, and goals of the business. Importantly, consumers need to be familiar with all brands a company offers before they associate a corporate identity with the business. In fact, certain consumers develop their concept of a corporate identity based on their experience with just one or two of the company's ideas, products, or services. For this reason, businesses that want to develop corporate identities pay close attention to every brand they initiate. Corporate identity and brand identity are the same in terms of importance. In distinguishing your products, services, and ideas, or your entire company from competitors, you tell the public why they should work with you. If you are branding correctly and appeal to the proper markets, it's easier to retain a client base that contributes regular revenues to your business. So, what is brand identity? Brand identity is a collection of all elements that a company creates to portray the right image to its consumer. Brand identity is different from brand image and branding, even though these terms are sometimes treated as interchangeable. The term branding refers to the marketing practice of actively shaping a distinctive brand. Brand is the perception of the company in the eyes of the world. Your brand identity is what makes you instantly recognizable to your customers. Your audience will associate your brand identity with your product or service, and that identity is what forges the connection between you and your customers, builds customer loyalty, and determines how your customers will perceive your brand. Think of your favorite brand. What comes to mind? A flash of color? A tagline? A jingle? A logo? Any and all of the parts of a business that you can see, touch, hear, and taste are part of the branding. Branding is how customers understand a business, which means that creating a strong brand identity is essential to the success and longevity of any business. Regardless of where you are in the branding process, the following suggested activities will help you create your brand into something more clear and compelling. Here are the top 6 brand creation activities. So number 1, you figure out your audience, who your audience is. A big mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners make is assuming that they are their target audience. While they may be one of their target personas, it's almost never the bulk of their target audience. There are often 2 to 3 personas that a brand starts out with in order to create a comprehensive and cohesive messaging and brand strategy. You need to know who your target audience is so that you can make sure that they will connect to the brand you build. If you create a brand with no one in particular in mind, then you're going to have a lot of trouble finding an audience, which means that your branding efforts will have been for nothing. It's only once you've pinpointed who your target audience is that you can begin developing things like your mission statement and brand message. Create a mission statement. Your brand's mission statement is your purpose for existing. Once you have a mission statement, all of your other branding efforts will reflect that mission statement. The following are a few examples of mission statements of successful companies. LinkedIn, for example. So LinkedIn's mission statement is to connect the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. Here is Nike. So Nike's mission statement is to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. And last but not least, Microsoft. Their mission statement is to enable people and businesses throughout the world to realize their full potential. Number 3 is create your brand messaging. Your brand message essentially tells customers who you are, what you offer, and why your audience should care. Your messaging includes your brand promise, your positioning statement, and your unique value proposition. Whatever product or service you offer, there are going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of other companies that provide similar products or services, often with bigger budgets and more resources at their fingertips. It's an important part of your branding efforts to make your brand stand out from the similar brands around the world. To do this, you need a unique value proposition. It's important to note that this doesn't just include features or benefits that your product or services provide, but how you improve the lives of your customers through those products and services that make your brand different. Number 4, create a visual identity. So once you've created your brand messaging, it's time to create a visual identity. This includes choosing colors, fonts, your logo, and the other stylistic elements. Businesses tend to go for impact, a logo that is easy to read and easy to identify as their own. Some of the most famous logos in the world include McDonald's Golden Arch, Apple's Apple, and Nike's Swoosh. These logos are so strong that they don't even need the name of the company to be instantly identifiable. The colors used in these logos, as well as in the general visual branding of each company, tend to have psychological effects. For example, green represents growth and health, while blue represents strength and dependability. One of the reasons almost every fast food business uses red in their branding is because it's known to incite hunger. Think about what you want your brand to make your target audience feel and create a vision board or shared document with inspiration from other brands, nature, art, music, etc. Number 5, develop your brand's voice. You want to use a tone that is appropriate for your business. Businesses that shy away from opinions or from having a personality are hard for customers to relate to. Personality is important if you want to engage with customers. Just make sure your voice is in line with your target audience. A good starting exercise is to think about words you would want people to use to describe your business, like approachable, energetic, and knowledgeable. This will help you figure out how your brand should sound. And last but not least, number 6, be consistent. Whatever branding choices you make, you have to stick with them across all channels. If you don't, it makes your branding inconsistent. which hurts your brand identity. While products and services may change, your users want a consistent experience with your brand across platforms. If that continuity does not exist, it can make your brand look unstable or unreliable to a consumer. Be sure to project consistency and confidence across all of your digital and real-world platforms.